Hi, hey, what is up? So this is going to be my demonstration specifically of the concept of walling. So this game's going to be a bit different than some of my other demonstrations in that it was actually a competitive match had during the HGC Open tournament, the last one, the 8th one specifically, and this is versus Team Numerics. So on the left side you're going to see my team, and on the right side you're going to see Team Numerics. This was streamed live. If you guys want to watch the full game, you can check that out. I think it's on the Arcane 8 Twitch channel. And also we're going to be having another set of these in about a week and a half. I'll get the exact dates up later. That will, if you guys are interested in seeing this, you can watch more of it there. So this game, we've got some weird compositions that you're not really going to see much in Hero League or Team League. However, you're going to see a lot in competitive, and that is we got double healer here versus double healer here. So both teams have very limited threat to the other team. Ours is specifically double ranged, while they have this Leoric. So this Leoric is going to define a lot of the game. I'm specifically playing Johanna right here, and Johanna is honestly a perfect demonstration for walling, mostly because she really can't do too much else other than it as far as positioning. She's not as free as an ETC or Murd in terms of her positioning, so she kind of always has to hold this walling position. So walling in and of itself is basically standing between the enemy team and your team and just saying, hit me. If you hit me, my team will hit you too. It's a pretty simple concept, but some of the positioning is a bit can be a bit more tricky, and especially in this game, I actually get forced out of position a lot by the Stukov and the Leoric specifically. So we'll just play this clip. It's going to be a little bit of a longer clip, but I just want to emphasize some of the things that happen here. So I'm going to speed through this part. What's happening here is, if you see the scenario of the game, we're up 2 levels, and both teams they have basically 2 turn-ins. We are trying to get the gems for our turn. So right now we're just trying to play for 16 and to finish the gems for our own turn-ins so that we can go on their very weak keeps right here. Like, they haven't taken a single fort here. So we have our Greymane back here on the Bruiser camp right here. So what we're playing is, I'm just playing up here to try and deny turn-ins as best I can and as safely as I can. So that's just what's going to be, you're going to see happen for the next bout, until Greymane can rejoin us, basically. So I'm playing a little carefully because we are in a 4v5 scenario. Once Greymane joins, you'll see me start pushing up my positioning. Alright, so Greymane's here. So just pausing it right here. You're going to notice something about this. One, BBJ is insane on Lucio and does this type of stuff all the time. But specifically, I'm moving up not just for the interrupt here, but to control the enemy's front line. Not to mention, I am in range so that anyone I see Crowan has easy access to. Our Vala up here, Arthelon, he was currently clearing out the wave, and he's going to move over here to flank with McIntyre. However, I am not flanking. Walling is not flanking. You're not coming out the side. You are literally standing at the front of your team and trying to do your best to control the enemy front line so that they can't get past you. Here, ETC will slide past me on to, I believe in a second, yeah. ETC does slide me, but once again, Krone gets out, and once again, just another instance of controlling their front line while my back line is hitting them. So this is literally the essence of what walling is. It's just control the enemy's front line, don't let anyone past you for free, and try and stand at a range such that both of your ranged carries can hit anyone that comes within melee range of you. This way, the enemy can't put threat on you for free, and you're actively protecting your back line. In this case, I also have both of my supports to help if the enemy then tries to turn on me. That being said, between Leoric and Lunara as their main damage, they don't have a ton of threat on me with Regeneration Master and Laws of Hope. So right now, I'm feeling pretty darn safe to just kind of run at them here. So you're going to just kind of see that play out. The Silent Zone, as I said, forces me a bit out of position here. That being said, I'm able to regain the chase here. We have a Lucio for speed. I end up getting a kind of lucky interrupt on the flailing swipe there. But once again, like, I do not chase for these. I'm literally, if someone gets past me, I'm peeling back to try and focus them. My goal is to just prevent any sort of threat from being on these people. I'm not trying to dive the backline. I'm not trying to one-shot the squishies. I'm literally just playing as a wall between their team and my team. So here I peel back. We don't get this because of the Divine Shield at the last second, which kind of annoys me, and this is less positioning and more just an open team fight. We're just trying to chase down their weak members, which is why this looks kind of so scattered. So I'm going to fast forward. Our team is going to back off and use this one trade right here to go to get a turn in. So I'm actually going to speed this up quite a bit. There's not much here to see. And now we are 16. We have the turn in. We're going to look for a minimum of 2 keeps because this keep is already low right here. So already, you can just see, I don't feel much threat from this enemy team, which is why Johanna is so good in this specific scenario. They don't have anything to kill me. They don't have anything to even threaten to kill me. I need all 5 of these enemies to basically be on me to threaten a kill on me. And even then, I have 2 supports behind me to protect me from that. So I literally just try to prevent any sort of threat from being applied to these carries back here. So I'm stepping up on this fort, or this keep rather, just to make sure that we can ensure we get this fast so we can move to one of the other lanes. Alright, so we have it now, so I start backing off, and this is actually a slight mistake by me. I should be right here. Crone here should not be the last to mount up. I should be the one basically covering our tail like this. Either way, we get a fast rotation here, and once again, I see their members. I'm just stepping up. I'm tanking the tower for my team. I'm literally just standing at the front here, trying to do as much as I can to make it so they can only focus on me as a viable target. So, not too much to see. Okay, so here's a slight thing. This pulls me a little out of position, but it ends up being fine. The Stukov arm right here basically forces me to respond and try and turn it off. But as you'll see, because I get both Stukov and Lunara here, this ETC is going to slide down here, and he has 0 follow-up because I'm controlling the enemy's threats and follow-up. So this ETC is going to get his butt kicked real quick by my range because he just went in by himself. This Leoric isn't even in a position to help. So my goal here, once I see this come in, I'm just going to try and turn off the silence and then run immediately back the second I can. And so you see me do it right there. Leoric gets on me. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. Like, I ain't afraid of this Leoric right here. So I'm just going to keep my position and honestly just turn on him. Alright. So we're trying to get this keep, and I actually forfeit my positioning a tiny bit right here to try and finish the keep. Crone does get in trouble. I should be basically between him and the enemy. That being said, the keep is like 2 hits, and we do have 2 supports, so unfortunately we are forced to blow a support ult to save him while I kind of kill the keep. So this is a mistake on my part. I should have been in front of him at this point. Either way, we get the keep, but it does cost us both of our support ults, unfortunately, due to my poor positioning there. So we're going to back off as a group here. I'm going to speed this up. This is an interesting little scenario where we didn't want to fight because of CDs, and because we're so far ahead, we don't have to fight the rest of the game. That being said, the enemy is all funneling into this choke. So had BJ and Crone here been up here instead, we actually could have potentially fought here. Still, it would be a risk that we really didn't need to take, so it's kind of weird. But if you are doing this walling strategy, the best fights you can do are when the enemy all has to funnel in from the same direction, because you can really well control who gets past you and who doesn't. So, like right here, you'll see like Leoric and ETC, I can't really stop them from getting past me, and I get a little bit of awkward side positioning due to these 2 down here. That being said, once again, the Lunara is basically hitting me or the Vala here. The Leoric is overextended to try and make this force fight happen, which means he's probably going to die soon. And this the fact that this Lunara and this Leoric aren't on the same target basically still means that my job is being done. So I'm going to go turn off this Stukov, and from here, I'm just controlling the Lunara's damage as best I can. And at this point, the enemy team is just 2 chunked from their overextension. We have a Lucio. This is just a clean chase down for the end. I'm just going to try my best to literally stand in the middle of their team and control them as best I can. Like, you're just going to see me land like multiple W's into Q's on like all 4 members of their team. And yeah, just a clean chase down. At this point, this is kind of just a broken open team fight, so not too much to talk about here. But anyways, that was just a good example, I thought, of what you want to look for when you're doing this walling strategy. And specifically, the keys there are 1, finding out what damage, what actually threatens your backline. Like an ETC by himself going onto your backline, going past you, you don't really care about. But if like an ETC plus a Leoric, or say they had another melee assassin, say they had like a Thrall here or a Sonya, ETC plus Thrall is enough to kill someone on the backline. That's actually a threat. So if ETC slides in, I don't need to bother turning around for him. I can then just turn and control the Lunara and the Leoric and make sure none of the damage can follow him up. Or in this case, actually, the Stukov was actually a pretty solid follow-up to him as well. But if the Leoric and the ETC come back, I need to peel back. I need to basically let Lunara hit me for free so I can peel back and control that front line. because that's basically what it is. Like, we have a 4 backline team effectively here, so I need to make sure that they don't get past me without paying a heavy price. The other thing to focus on is one of the ways to extract that heavy price is basically to always be within range that your ranged units can follow up when you're getting attacked. So if ETC walks up to me in melee range, my team should be able to shoot him and hit him when in that range. If he extends past and I can't hit him with my auto attack, then it's fine for my team not to. But anyone who walks up, if the Lyoric walks up and starts draining me, my team should be able to hit him for free. If he tries to walk past me, that's when I just turn on him and our team just bursts him. But for the most part, you want to make sure that you are still, like similar to what you're going to see with the fishing, you want to make sure you are still within range that your team can always apply threat to anyone that would then threaten you. Anyways, that is my explanation. There's going to be more information below, so make sure you read that, and have a nice day.